¿Qué sopa, garden familia? It's been exactly 20 days since I journeyed onto this experiment, and I've collected enough data to now share my results. What led me to this experiment was the silver beet chard plant in my garden, and the way it not only had a center stalk but also had several stalks growing from the main trunk that looked like smaller chard plants growing all around the main stem. So boom, here's what I did. I cut off several of the smaller plantlets as close to the base of the main stem as possible. I got all the lower plantlets first, then worked my way up. The main chard plant still has plenty more plantlets that I could potentially remove, but I didn't want the experiment to go south and leave me with no leaves to harvest. I was feeling optimistic after removing the plantlets because they legit look like little chard plants. Next step was for me to remove all unhealthy looking leaves from the plantlets. Since the plantlets won't have any root systems working for them, I know that I need them to conserve as much energy to survive until they can develop a root system and begin to absorb nutrients again. Then I prepped the soil. The soil in this bed has good drainage, and I'm consistently working compost in it, so I know these plantlets will have the best chance to survive in this bed. I planted each in a row and mulched around them, watered them in thoroughly. To minimize stress and water evaporation from the leaves, I rigged up black plastic trash bags and leftover weed barrier cloth to some PVC pipes around the bed to shade the cuttings from the sun. The very next day, the cuttings looked miserable. I was ready to call it an epic fail, but I watered them in daily anyway, determined to see this thing through. About a week later, the plants didn't look as miserable, but some leaves were turning yellow and brown. And that's when I went on in and removed all leaves that looked affected and left only the healthy looking leaves from the center stalks. It's been over a week since the last pruning, and all leaves that were left on the stem shows no signs of droopage or yellowing, keeping the healthy green color. They even have new leaf growth pushing out from the center of the stalk. And I'm stamping this garden experiment a success, multiplying the one chard crop to several, which we all know equals more chard for me to eat.